You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
Derek.
Are we gonna have nicknames for each other each episode?
You're
I think
great.
we should.
You're great.
I'm Underboob. That's the original. That's the OG. So you're Nev Nips. I'm
great.
Underboob.
Oh wait, let's not give away the studio production value we have here.
Pretty low.
You're probably going to sing anyway, so you might as well just use
That's
that
a
part,
good
you
point.
know? If it can be sucking D's.
You are great.
You're great.
You are great.
I'm big into contractions. You're great.
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 Good.
But I'm saying you are.
Yeah.
You're great.
You're great.
You're grit.
You're grits.
Egret. Isn't that a
Egret?
name?
That's a name, yeah, with a Y.
Yeah.
It's from Game of Thrones. It's the redheaded lady that he bangs in the cave.
Somebody the other day, I forgot to tell you this, said that I reminded them of Sansa.
That doesn't sound like a compliment. No, wait, Sansa's good.
Yeah, Sansa's
for
the
some reason I
redhead
thought
girl,
they meant,
right?
yeah, Sansa's
She's
good.
my favorite, so I was into it.
That's good. I
But
thought they meant the Queen Lannister lady, Cersei. And I'm like, that's not a compliment.
No.
Sansa's your favorite?
Yeah, she's my favorite, actually.
Not Arya?
No. Arya's little.
Fuck this
I
little
like children.
dumb girl.
They're dumb. No, well, and so then he was a little outlandish, the guy in the green room. But he said that, and I was like, I'll take it. That's fine. And then I go and do my set. He's never seen me before. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my gosh, that was great. And he's like, you really got this like cool, like calm demeanor thing. And I go, some people say it's like if Sansa did stand up. And he was like, what? And then I was like, you forgot your own
called
thing
me
you
that,
said?
you
ding dong.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh yeah. I was like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I think she's just more confident, carries herself. It's just because she's older, really.
Well, okay, this is the thing about Sansa. In the books, she's super duper annoying the whole time because the books haven't hit the point where she becomes a cool person yet.
Oh, well,
Like,
she seems very cool in the
she's
shows.
in the beginning of the show, she's very much like, I'm just looking for a prince and da 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 da, and then like terrible shit happens to her like everyone else, and she becomes like a badass, strong person.
Like my life.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? Welcome to the Hug Life podcast.
Right.
I'm Sansa Nevi.
Sansa Nevi. And I'm John Coletta.
Ooh, you made me Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I died and came back to life. This is our podcast about cave banging.
Weird thing to say.
What is weird?
What I'm going to say.
Okay.
Maybe this is a lexical embrace for you.
Okay.
I was looking through some photos to make a picture to post for the podcast.
Okay.
It's very obvious that you've lost weight in your face.
Oh, thank you.
And I didn't notice as much until I looked at a picture because I'm around you all the time. But you look really good. You've done a really good job.
Thank you.
just
You heard it
wanted
from
to
Monica Nevi here first. I'm hot now. Hey-o. Put me on the hot list. The Hollywood hot list. Did you know there's a list?
Oh, man.
There's a list of hots and nots. And for a while I was on the and now I'm on the hey.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a list.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like on Veep when it's like you're not supposed to be on it? Kind
Yeah,
of?
it's like that.
So you're like the Gary of this show.
Wait, okay, this changed completely. Dude, if
Gary's my favorite.
Gary's my favorite
Let's just
on
go
Veep,
through all HBO shows.
that's
and
fine.
say
This
who's
is our
favorite
HBO hour. I don't
character.
care.
Sorry, guys.
I think that if Gary doesn't end the series by somehow accidentally hooking up with the Veep, it's a huge mistake.
Hell yeah.
And I think it doesn't have to end like that.
I don't
happy.
think it's an accident on his part.
I don't
Her part.
I don't think it has to be like happily ever after situation. It just has to happen once.
Oh yeah.
Just because I think it would be so funny.
Mm-hmm.
What were we just talking about? I have a notes section I didn't even touch because I've been so
a lot of
enthralled.
HBO, Game of Thrones,
The
and
hot
Veep.
list?
And the hot list. Yeah, sure, the hot list. Should I just continue my lexical embraces?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, Zoltan
Thank you for saying I
Cassis.
look good.
He let me do a guest set at Flappers in Claremont. He's a wonderful person, and he wants to be on the podcast, he said. So we're going to have him in the future.
Former
winner
we gotta
of the
have
Seattle
him on.
International Comedy Competition.
We got-
San Diego native, Zoltan Cassis.
We got to have him on. You know why?
Why?
Because he's the person that everyone says I look like, even though you've said multiple times that we don't look that similar.
No, I don't
But-
think you do. Also, he's way shorter than you.
Oh, really?
He's like my height.
okay.
But I could see why people with your long hair would say that.
Mhm.
Honestly, it's just a length of hair thing. I
It's
feel
also
like,
a
but
white dudes with beards thing, I think, too.
You kind of, he's Hungarian, you're Italian. That's kind of close.
Mm-hmm. Very close.
I could see why people say that, but
He's
I
a
don't.
little bit dragon. I'm a little bit Italian Jesus.
Italian Jesus.
I couldn't think of anything Italian off the top of my head.
Okay, well then you're not that Italian.
He's
He's a little dragon. I'm a little pasta.
He's a little goulash. I'm a little fettuccine alfredo.
There you go. Fettuccine. All right. And then Danny Dodge, she made a poster for me.
Danielle?
This will be later
Dodge.
by that time, but I appreciated her.
Thank you, Danny. I almost said her full name on the podcast. Pretty sure you shouldn't do that. Like middle name, too, because I know it because we're friends.
Right. What is the Studio Dodge?
Studio Dodge,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys should check out some of her work.
On Instagram.
Yes. Or she has a website, too, the gallery.
She had a couple nudes of me where I have my legs up in the air and you can see my vagina.
There's 3 of them.
In a row.
Those are all you?
No, you didn't know that? I modeled that.
Oh,
those are my hips.
Well, they have very different sized vaginas.
It's also interesting because it's your new tour poster, I believe.
Each one.
Well.
Yeah. It's just Mike's vagina.
Nude modeling for Monica's new poster.
The upper left vagina.
Okay, Danny, I'm going to need you to paint me like one of your French girls, but also pretend I have a vagina, but it'll just be the balls. Okay, here we go. That's how I pose.
You're like, all right, Dan.
All right, and I'm laying down.
He's rolled back. His legs are above his head. Okay, that's all I got for lexical embraces.
Solid lexical embraces.
Thank you so much.
We said something in the beginning that was really good, and I wanted to put it on the notes, possibly the title, and I forget it now.
Egret.
Egret, that was it.
Was that really it?
It was Egret, and it was you being Sansa. How did I forget that already?
Yeah, Sansa. Well, that's why I said Game of Thrones.
Sansa Nevi. That might be the name of the episode.
Sansa Nevi.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Are you ready?
Like her.
She definitely grew on me. I'm not going to lie to you. When I first started reading those books, and fellow nerds that listen to the podcast, you don't like Sansa's chapters and you don't like Bran's chapters because they're children and they're inherently boring.
Which is why I don't like Arya yet, probably.
Yeah. But see, I thought Arya's was good because at least she's joining this like League of Assassins kind of deal.
Well, yeah, but the other part of it is that I only really watched this last season. Like I kind of sped through the first one, so that would have been the time that she was less cool.
That's true.
And I really only got this last season of her, and I really liked her.
Mm-hmm. Because you did the thing where you watched like they had like recaps that were short, right?
Well, no, they were like. This is what I did. There was a thing online that was like, if you need to catch up, these are the most important episodes to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched all those, and then we watched a super cut of all the sex scenes.
Oh.
Yeah.
They have supercuts of the sex scenes?
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes long.
Are they on YouTube? They can show that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I guess YouTube can get away with nudity if you put that parental thing in front of it where you have to log into your account or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over 18, everybody.
Monica is over 18. Don't DM her, though. Don't DM her. Everyone does that.
Mm-hmm.
DM me. I don't care. I'm around.
Send Mike your vaginas.
Mm-hmm. Whatever.
As long as I got balls still.
I like it. Kane and I used to do this as a character. Guy who's never had sex with, thinks he's had sex with a woman, but it's clearly a man. Like, just the way, like, when I had sex with her and, like, her beard stubble rubbed against my face, it was just, like, the hottest thing in the world.
I don't know. Where do you put a girl's balls?
Yeah, that's what we would do. It's fun. It's a fun, dumb game we would play together.
That's fun.
Okay.
Okay. Candace.
I think I did it with Kane and maybe Kev. It's a fun game. All right.
You guys are free to join.
You're free to do whatever you want. You ready for it?
Yeah.
I need that sweet, sweet intro.
You don't have any lexical embraces? You can say no. Sorry,
I did. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Ready?
You, because you're a great podcast co-host and you're leaving me.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. You're doing great things.
I
mean, it's fine as you're okay with me Snapchatting you every day pictures of a cat that I draw. I'm going to draw a cat.
That would be great.
Actually, I don't have a cat, so I'll just take pictures of the plant from different angles.
Oh, Percy. What about the parking lot cat?
Oh, I saw a parking lot cat last night?
Yeah, I saw her out there the other
And
day.
I think there's two. There's the beige one. Did you see the beige one?
I've seen a white one. I think maybe it's
it's the same. I can't tell
It's just
colors.
dirty?
Yeah, it's just
I don't
dirty. But I saw the dirty cat, and then there's a gray one, too.
Oh.
And the dirty cat, the beige one I saw last night, and he stood there and looked at me for a long time as I threw out the garbage because we had bad broccoli, no big deal. And then I walked towards the kitty, and I'm like, "Hey, kitty!" And I did like my cat motion, and I made the noise.
Was that your cat motion?
Yeah, like a duck talk, and then it brings most cats over. Cats love it. Okay, but she looked at me and was like, "Fuck off," and then turned away. I think she's straight up feral cat, which is fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
She'll be safer that way if she. Although we should try to capture her and get her fixed. That's probably what we should do.
And then put her in here so she'll eat the fucking cockroaches.
Oh, she does. That's why the parking lot's doesn't have as many anymore.
I know. So they're coming in here, though. They're afraid of
And
her.
you said you didn't want a cat.
Dirty cats. I know. That's why I'm saying do it now while I'm gone.
What if I got a part-time cat that would
What?
come in here during the nighttime and eat the cockroaches?
That's fine.
And then during the day, I'd be like, all right, your shift's over. Later.
Cool. Or you could take the cat to work with you while I'm just here during the day.
I think that would be wonderful. I think what would happen, though, Monica, that you don't want to admit to yourself is you'd slowly fall in love with the cat.
I don't think I would fall in love with the cat. I think I could tolerate the cat.
I think you'd be
I
best
think you're
friends.
overestimating how lonely I am.
I think you have a deep, beautiful heart that you're afraid to let out until a cat comes in the house.
That's probably true, but not with the cat part.
Not with the cat?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't. Why would the thing I'm missing be like just disdain in general?
What if the cat pooped outside and ate dog food and was a dog?
If it was a dog, yes. Yeah, if we could get a cat that is a dog, that'd be great.
I got a cat. It's a dog. Did you do the intro already? You did, I think. And I just
No,
got
I
distracted.
didn't.
All right, you ready?
I didn't. Yes. Hey, guys. Good news.
All right. Welcome to the good news segment. Canada makes it illegal to remove passengers from overbooked planes.
Well, okay. Now you're just rubbing it in our faces.
This is what happens with the reason I picked this is Canada always does this. They find something that's bad and they fix it almost immediately.
It's like in like maybe a game show or something, letting the other person go first so you can watch them fuck up. You know what I mean? Like that's Canada's strategy.
Yeah.
They let everyone else go first, and then they're like, well, actually, we see that what you did wrong. We're going to do it better. We're nice all the time. Fuck you.
It was their transportation minister, and he unveiled a passenger bill of rights.
See, they got ministers for everything.
And it says it ensures that travelers will be treated like people and not numbers. Isn't that great?
That is great. And I think it's just another one of those things that you shouldn't have to say, you know? You're like, yeah, if you already let the person on the plane, you shouldn't fucking pull them back off, right? But Canada's like, well, apparently there's rules for a reason. We got to say it out loud, which is great because now you can't fuck it up.
That's right.
We're going to wait until something happens over here again.
All right.
Anyways, way to go, Canada. Sorry.
Good job, Canada.
Sorry, that's great.
Here's the next
wish
one.
we weren't
And this
fucking
is an
idiots.
interesting story. I had to read a lot of this. Chinese mother who refused to give up disabled son nurtures him all the way to Harvard. So this woman had a kid in 1988, and the kid's name is Ding Ding. That's just a fun name. And he's 29. He's my age, and he was born. And essentially the doctors and his dad was like, he's not going to make it. There's no point in taking care of him. And then she said, no, I'm going to take care of him. And he's going to be smarter or better than any of you ever know. And she raised the kid, and he has cerebral palsy. He was born with cerebral palsy. So she like massaged his muscles. She like had him play mental games to like build up his development. And he ended up going to Harvard. He just got
great.
accepted. And he's from China. And that does not happen that often at all, period.
That's
Getting accepted to Harvard.
Hell
and
yeah.
he got to go. Isn't that nice?
Cerebral palsy, if you just do therapy.
Yeah, and she read up on all of it, and she did all the therapy herself.
It's great.
What a great mom.
Way to go.
Isn't that nice?
Way to not give up on your own kid.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that.
That's good.
We need watch now. He's going to go on to like fucking cure some cerebral palsy or something.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what? Can I do one lexical embrace late?
Yeah.
It's my favorite. I think I might have done it before to him already.
Okay.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
Because I watched another thing of him today where he was eating hot wings.
Cosmos or?
It was a show called Hot Ones where he eats hot wings while being interviewed. It's pretty exciting. And like they put on you put on one drop of each sauce, and they start with like Tabasco and Cholula. Tabasco and Sriracha, and like work their way up. One, he did it like a champion. Like he did all the rounds and he was totally fine. But he was also asking him questions about like conspiracies and like debunking and stuff. And he said something like amazing in the end where he's like, I don't want to be the guy that like pushes my agenda on people, but I'm here if you need me. And that's how he stayed a career. Because he's like, people always I'm like, I'll be at home. He's like, I want to chill at home. I want to just hang out and do my job at the planetarium, but people keep asking me questions and I have to answer.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
I kind of like that he like does those things like that. Like that's just, he doesn't need to do a random show like that, you know, but he does it anyway. What he was just on, probably Science.
Really?
Yeah, Matt Christian and
What?
Andy. Yeah, they took a picture with him, and they're like, "This is the guest we wanted the whole time."
Oh, that's
Isn't
amazing.
that cool though? That he'll just like
He'll do your
that
podcast.
stuff. Yeah,
Dude, he's the best.
because he's got questions to answer. You know,
He's the most. I want to get his book,
Yeah.
Astrophysics for People in a Hurry.
you should.
I'm going to put it on my Kindle. I'm so excited for it. All right.
Good one. It was good. It's at the.
Yeah, can you say it? Can you
Yeah.
close
Hey
out?
guys, that was good news.
That works for me. Thank you so much. Solid whistle. All
you.
right. Today,
Oh man,
we're going to do a positive spin. It's going to be difficult.
my nose itched. Sorry.
It's okay. No one else would have known. I wouldn't have said anything.
Well, you looked at me weird.
Well, I always look at you weird because you're weird. And
It's true.
the positive spin today is hangovers.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, it is.
Monica's drinking a Sprite in preparation.
I'm not hungover though, but
I know, but I'm just calling it out as I see it.
I know. I just want to let them know. Oh, this didn't come because I am hungover right now.
So I think we should start out with
Sorry.
what we do when we're hungover.
Okay.
First thing I do when I'm hungover is before I go to bed. So this is a lie. I drink as much water as I physically can fit in my body.
Yes.
Which depends on how much you drank the night. Because if you're full of beer, you're like full.
Yeah.
But then like you got to drink water. But when I wake up, I sleep until I physically cannot sleep anymore.
Yes.
Like I sleep.
I'll go back to sleep if I can.
Yeah. You wake up in the morning, you go pee, whatever.
Because it does that thing where it wakes you up early because
Yeah.
it's sugar. It's another like hit of sugar that you get, and you like feel like you're like, oh, maybe I'm okay, but you're not. Don't fucking let it
No.
fool you. Don't get up. Don't succumb to the hangover trickery.
Don't do it. I do that though. I wake up in the morning, I go to the bathroom or whatever, do my thing, drink a bunch of water, go back to sleep.
Yes.
And then wake up. And my favorite thing I realized for hangovers, it used to be Gatorade, which is great. But I like, you know what I like the best? Black coffee.
Oh.
I like black coffee. That's my
That's-
favorite thing for a hangover.
Yeah, I mean, there's
It's hot.
caffeine in there. That's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you, I guess some people feel better when they sweat a little bit, so you might like make you sweat a little.
Yeah.
If you're drinking something hot.
Mhm.
I know it's like the replenishing, like the staying hydrated is the biggest thing because your headache is from your brain being dehydrated.
Yeah.
So water, but then also replenishing those electrolytes. That's why the old Gatorade, but that's a lot of sugar,
It is.
just like regular sugar. So coconut water is what I've been doing lately.
Oh, how's that going?
Gets that potassium in there. Good.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good
better
advice.
for hydrating. But
Solid advice, Monica.
thank you so much. But then eating is big, and I like if I'm actually like hungover, I don't want to eat, which is probably my hardest. Like,
See, and for me, that's never a problem. But actually, that's not true. I've been really hungover. I remember the first time I was really hungover in college. I know exactly what I drank too. It was tequila, and it was tarantula tequila and amped energy drink, and it was the worst night of my life.
together, like mixed
Yeah,
together.
my friend wanted to do it, and he's like, "These are so good, dude." And I was also up way too late because I couldn't
I used to
sleep.
drink amp and vodka, but tequila.
Oh
sounds
man! And
not good.
it's the first time I ever woke up hungover, and I like threw up throughout the day,
Ugh.
like because my stomach was just full of that garbage. You know, like it's
Yeah.
not good for you. And I couldn't keep food down or anything, and it was like the
Ugh,
worst. But
man.
that was like the worst it's been. I think besides my 21st birthday, which was pretty horrible.
This
Shout
is
out
a
to my girlfriend.
hard
for
part. I
being
know
awesome.
this isn't helping, but the hard part about it is that they're always like, well, if you're gonna drink a lot, drink or eat like a greasy meal before
Yeah.
you drink. But it's like, yeah, I don't fucking plan to drink so much.
No,
I'm hungover.
yeah, you
like
never
that's
do
never
that.
on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm an adult. I pretend.
I would do that in college, I think, when I could plan. Like, if I knew I was having a house party one night, which would
Yeah.
happen like every weekend, because I was pretty cool. No big deal, you guys. I don't know if you've heard of it. I'm on the LA hot list.
Because of your epic college
especially
parties.
just laying like this, I feel like makes me really cool too. But I would always go eat either these calzones at this place called Cella's in Pullman that are really heavy, or I'd go eat this drive-in burger place that I took you to, that Cougar Country, and it would always. Because I would plan to be like, we're going to have a party at our house tonight, and we're going to have like 100 people in there, and it's going to be fucking lit. So let's do this and prep.
Do you say lit back
I
then?
didn't say lit back
Okay.
then.
Do you say lit now?
Nope. Just
Okay.
trying to throw it out there now.
No, just wondering. I mean, I think
do
we
you
all
say lit?
gotta get no, absolutely not.
What
But
do you think your number one way to say a cool thing is? How do you describe it?
it's about to be hot. I've been saying hot lately.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. I say weird stuff like big time or like just weird.
Weird stuff.
Yeah. I like to fall in line, you know.
I have a coworker who says fire a lot, and I started saying that, and I need to stop.
Fire.
He's like, that shit's fire.
I almost went through that, but then I was on the end of me saying dope when nobody else was saying dope.
I say dope all the time.
I know, and I think I rubbed it off on you. But
I also say rad a lot, though. And now that, thanks to a certain special someone in our lives, I say dank and buck sometimes, too.
Yeah. I've never really gotten to those, but yeah, I think hot is like my new.
When you say hot, do you mean it like H-O-T or H-A-W-T?
H-O-T.
That's good.
I don't think I've ever intentionally meant H-A-W-T.
You never think that in your mind when you say it? Because there's times where I say it where I'm like, hot. And I'm like, that definitely means it in the shitty Paris Hilton way. Didn't Paris Hilton say that?
And she say, I think that's hot.
She's
right?
like, that's hot.
Yeah.
That's how she.
Or wasn't there something else
Perfect
weird
impression.
that she tried to... Oh, maybe that was it. She like tried to trademark it, which is great. Very innovative, you know? Yeah, but I don't say it like that.
No.
Anyways.
Okay,
so big... Sorry.
I feel like we have to describe what we do for our hangovers and then why it's a good thing. That's what I'm trying to do, this description first.
That's what I'm
kind of doing right now, like saying like what your worst hangover was, like all that jazz, like how you would help it. Like I personally think my favorite thing... No, that's positive. I can't do it yet. I gotta wait.
You're going to say your favorite thing about hangovers?
My favorite thing about being hungover is knowing that I can eat breakfast food whenever I want, because I will go out and get it. Because I feel like for me, when I'm hungover, I need waffles or I need pancakes.
Okay.
And I love those foods. Also, if I'm on a diet, I will give up my diet completely if I'm hungover,
right,
i.e. 2 days ago.
Hungover
or yesterday, I guess.
Means that I just get to eat McDonald's. Like that's what I feel like it means.
Do you like McDonald's breakfast or just McDonald's lunch when you're hungover?
Well, McDonald's lunch because I can't really eat any of the breakfast stuff. But I used to do McDonald's breakfast when I was hungover, but then I felt like it wasn't enough. You know, like it's not really just the hash brown and the egg McMuffin's not enough for me.
Yeah.
So I like the meal.
Meals are better.
Lunch meal because you get more stuff, I feel like.
Yeah. Pretty soon when I create a thing that would make you eat potatoes again, because I'm working on it. I'm a scientist.
Yay.
We'll go do that. We'll drink a bunch only to go to McDonald's the next day.
We just end up at a McDonald's.
We're doing
drunk.
this for a reason.
Okay, so before I don't know.
What is it like if you get hungover? What is your perfect day to help you? Like ideally, you have nothing planned for the rest of the day.
Somebody said it when I was in Vegas the other day. There's 4 things you need. It was none of my family members. It was another comic. 4 things you need to like make a hangover go away, and it's water, food, and sleep, so a nap, and an orgasm. Like those. So if those 4 things, if you like, drink a bunch of water, eat, jack off, fall asleep. When you wake up, you'll be fine.
I mean, unsurprisingly to no other listener or you, I've never done the orgasm thing. I didn't know that was a thing you're supposed to do.
When you're hungover?
No.
I don't know if that's like a thing, but it never hurts anybody. Well, here's the thing.
It's never a bad thing.
It's never a bad thing to have an orgasm. This is because I've read up quite a bit on like what actually helps and what doesn't. And so people say like we're working out because you like sweat it out or whatever, which actually it doesn't.
I feel like that'd be way
way
worse. You dehydrate yourself more, right?
Well, yeah. So I mean, you're hungover because of lack of electrolytes, which is the same thing that happens when you work out. But the reason you feel better, because a lot of people are like, yeah, but I'll go work out and then I feel better afterwards. It's because the adrenaline,
endorphins or whatever.
Yeah, it makes you feel better. So I feel like maybe jacking off would have that same effect. It would just be like an endorphins release, maybe. But
maybe, yeah.
But then you fall asleep. Sleep is like obviously the number one thing, but that's mostly just a time thing though, because you're not awake to feel how shitty you feel.
That was definitely the worst part about the most recent hangover was the lack of sleep for me, because I had to wake up at like 6 a.m. and I couldn't fall asleep the night before because I was just like wired from the whole day. That's made it so much worse.
We had a long day.
We had a real long day.
Yeah, but it was... I did wake up that morning like awake, and I was like, I don't want to do that when I'm asleep. But my hangovers are so bad now that like, okay, so can we go into like the what's good about it?
Yeah, let's go to what's good about it.
I think about when you have a hangover, you know the next time, like, okay, I can't drink that much or I can't mix those things.
That is
like it's definitely a learning thing. Also, maybe you need a day just to be alone in your room. You know, like maybe,
it's a you day. It's an automatic. You just made the next day a you day.
Netflix, take some naps.
Man, any excuse to just binge watch something.
Yes,
that's what a hangover is. An excuse. I was gonna say this. I was gonna say it gives you an excuse to just be the fattest fat person you want to be. Because you know what? True. If you're hungover, you should eat whatever you want. Who cares? Diet's out the window. You're sick. Get some carbs in you. Get some grease in you. Get some sugar.
You just go until you feel better. Like
yeah,
that's
you
what
do.
You should
yeah,
do.
Exactly. And it's. I think the big part of it is what you said before. It's a you day. It's like a you day for you.
A little day to yourself to feel bad about what you did the night before.
I pissed off my friends so bad one time because we were all drinking in Bothell, Washington, at this place called Thrasher's Corner. It was an area of it. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And we got drunk. I got drunk too, but I wasn't nearly as drunk as they were, to the point where I woke up early in the morning, probably the sugar rush thing. And I was just like, whoa. And I'm like up, like wide awake. And they're all asleep still, and there's three of them on the couch. This is the first time Barry and those guys met me. This is the first time this ever happened. And this is shortly after Call of Duty Black Ops 1 came out. And I turned on the Xbox and started playing the Xbox. I turned the volume off. There was no sound. But I got into a screaming match with someone on Xbox Live, and they got so mad at me, and they were all hungover.
Would be so fucking
Oh,
mad.
no. It was...
God.
And in retrospect, I'm like, oh, yeah, I should have just not played with the microphone. But it was like... I don't know what I was thinking. I was also hungover. I was probably just like not thinking right too.
Still drunk.
I just like fucking who cares? Like I'm feeling salty. Let's do this. But it was, oh man, the looks on their faces. Barry was like, I'm gonna murder you. He's like, I just met you and I want to murder you.
Fuck. That's hilarious.
Because you don't think like I feel like when I wake up in the morning too, and I'm hungover and it's like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock a.m., I'm not thinking straight at all. I'll walk into the bathroom. I'll like pee sitting down. I don't know. I'll go up and like do things.
You ever peed in a closet or anything weird?
No, I've never done that. I had a friend of mine in high school pee in a dog bed though one time. He slept on that dog bed too.
After he peed in it?
I think he peed in it while he was sleeping.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I had friends pee all over, but that was just like their move. But one time I did go into a walk-in closet thinking it was the bathroom. And this guy was like, hey, you can't go in there. And I was like convinced he was trying to follow me into the bathroom. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? And he's like, you're going to pee in my closet. You can't be in here. And I was like, no, this is a bathroom. It was not a bathroom.
Did you pee?
I didn't end up peeing in the
That's
closet.
good.
But it was an argument for a while because I was like, why are you following me in here?
And he's like, this is my room.
He's like, this is my closet.
There was a rumor, and this isn't a hangover thing, this is a drunk thing. There was a rumor on the floor below me that this one girl just came in her dorm room with all her friends in there and just took a shit on the floor.
I think that's a real wazoo thing that happened.
Oh yeah, it's 100% a rumor too. Like I don't know if it really happened, and that's why I'm not saying the girl's name or anything. I think
did you know her?
I knew her. Yeah, if it's
man.
the girl that people said was true, but I just heard that and I thought that was really funny.
I peed in my dorm room sink before, but that's only because it was so far away from the bathroom.
How do you pee in a sink as a girl? Carefully.
You sit on it.
You just sit on it? Oh yeah, duh. I was thinking you were like forward, trying to pee in it.
Just straddled up over it.
I don't know how anatomy works at all.
It's like the same as a toilet, man.
I never thought about that because as a guy, you just whip it out and pee in the sink.
If you see you guys pee in the sink too sometimes.
I'm afraid if I sat on the sink, I would just poop in the sink. If I was drunk, would you be scared?
That would be the most horrifying thing. One, if you forgot that you did that and you woke up and someone had just shit in the sink, and it ended up being you.
Oh, man.
Because one time in my dorm room, I came back. I've had to piece this together a little bit, but I was pretty drunk. Came back, wanted to make macaroni and cheese. I had a lot of like Easy Mac.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
What I remember is I put the water in the noodles in there, put it in the microwave, opened it up, put the cheese in there. Oh, this is taking too long. Fell asleep. I woke up in the morning, the bowl was in the microwave, but just the cheese was in there.
No.
So I didn't even like make the noodles at all before. I just had like put the cheese in there. So I don't know if I was like, oh, you're an idiot, you didn't actually make macaroni and cheese and then went to bed, or that's really what happened. Like I thought I made it, or just heated up a bowl and then put the cheese in there. Like none of it makes sense. Oh,
that's
God.
funny. Go ahead.
My hangovers weren't that bad until maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
I can honestly say for the first 5 years I was drinking, starting at 16 to like 21, never was hungover.
Right? Like ever.
Never
And
hungover.
I definitely drank more,
And I think
way more than.
I mean, I really take that to youth, obviously, but also then I was also working out all the time.
true.
I was drinking tons of water. Like I was like just always going. And I also would drink sporadically. Like even when I was in college, it was every weekend. But when I was like in high school, it was like once a month when I was able to have a party at a friend's house and no parents were there. Like that's when I would drink. So it was like
sure. So your body's not like all fucked up. From it.
But I
That's probably the
my
biggest thing.
funny story, and it's not even my story, but I mean, I feel weird telling this, but past podcast guest Brian and my friend Pat, they lived in a house for a long time with this guy.
Did one of them shit in the sink?
No, there was no poop involved. It was just it's a cooking story.
Oh, okay.
Their roommate at the time got so blacked out drunk, he tried to make a quesadilla by throwing a tortilla, cheese, and salsa in the dryer and walking away. Just throwing the ingredients in and turning the dryer on.
Maybe
and
he's
leaving.
just ahead of his time, you know?
Like
that would
Star
be
Trek
amazing
esque.
if that's what
Put
happened.
the ingredients in.
I did one time. This was pretty bad. I should have died after this, but I did put a salmon fillet in the oven and then fell asleep. And then my roommate got up and noticed it because I had dropped something very loudly, which I don't remember. But so they woke up. It was still in the package. Like it was still in the plastic wrapper.
No.
And I had put it in the oven. So they turned it off, which was nice. And we didn't die. But I just got tired. Apparently they heard me fucking banging around. And then something like a crash. I don't know what I had dropped. I didn't break anything, but it was loud. And then I just go... And then just went to bed. I just got frustrated with it. So they got up and were like, what is this bitch doing?
My roommate got really stoned one time and he put a pot on the stove with water in it to make top ramen. And then he was so high, he just left. Like he put it on and he left. And I came out of out of my room and it was black smoke filling the kitchen because the pot didn't have water in it anymore. And those aren't designed to be heated with nothing in them.
Right.
And so it was just like black smoke billowing everywhere. And I was like, oh God. And I turned it off. And I was like, dude, I called him like, you left a pot on the stove and there's black smoke all over. He also one time put soap in the dishwasher.
Oh God.
So it was bubbly everywhere. And it was during a big party too. So it just became like this funny little thing.
Great. I wish that's the other part about being hungover. I got to figure out pot again with this anxiety, but hangovers when you're just like, well, fuck, I'll just smoke pot all day instead. That's great. You just get through it because you're stoned.
Does that
having
fix
a good time.
it?
Oh yeah.
See, and I've heard the thing too, but what about the whole hair of the dog thing where you keep drinking?
Well, I have done that many a time in my
I've
day.
done it too, and I didn't know if it was. Did it work?
I have. See, okay. So the way that it actually works is if you continue to drink, but then you start doing it how you should, which is like drinking water at the same time, then by the end of the day you're fine, right? Which is, I've done that a few times. But if you just keep drinking, you just have like a double hangover the next day.
Yeah, see what happened with Quinn and I, Quinn Hatch, previous podcast previous podcast desk. He's a piece of furniture.
Here, just hold this.
It's amazing this piece of furniture wrote this web series, Single and Bad at It. You can check it out at singleandbadadit.com. And
check it out.
but when him and I went on our famous college 7-day summer bender where we just drank every single day, we had like day drinking days where we would wake up and then start drinking again. But there were some days where we had long breaks in between. So I could never really measure out how I did, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's sometimes where you're so hungover and you're like, this sounds terrible to drink again. And you have a couple of beers and you're like, oh, I feel fine now.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of scary, but it's like, well,
I do think
I totally get alcoholics.
I will say, well, I understand it too, but especially when we do festival weekends, like comedy festivals, like Treefort, Bridgetown, I was drinking every night the entire time.
Oh,
and it's like, and I realize I'm like, I can do that still. I can do it once a year, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes I want to do it. Sometimes I wish I kind of want to go on a vacation where I have nothing to do for 7 days and you just hang out with friends and drink. But it's like,
Schlan.
yeah, but it's like, it's like I want to replace you on your family vacation.
Well, honestly, it's weird now as an adult, but I definitely drink more with my family than I do anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
It's
that makes sense though.
just fine, safe.
Safe.
I just later I wake my mom up in the night and tell her I love her and grab her face. That's pretty much it. It's not that dangerous, but I don't know. I spent a lot of my life drinking a lot, and so now I kind of don't want to do it anymore.
No, and see, and I'm thinking about it too. The last time that minus a comedy festival, that I had like a lot of drinking was when I was in Alaska over that Christmas, and there was nothing to do, which is funny because I'm pretty sure part of my family thinks I drink a lot and I don't. And they're like, he's drinking all the time now. I'm like, yeah, because I'm around like you. I got nothing going on. Yeah, I got nothing going on.
Right.
I don't have a car. It's dark all the time.
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah, driving's a big thing.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just funny to me. But
I do think that hangovers themselves keep me from drinking most of the time anyways.
can I have can I throw this little nugget out? This has nothing to do with well, it has to do with drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to a song by Bob Seger today at work called "Roll Me Away." Okay, you're
roll me
familiar
away?
with this song?
No,
He goes,
I don't think so.
Roll me away, won't you roll me away tonight? Like that's what he does. That's the chorus. But he talks about driving on a road trip, and he says stopped in a bar and had a brew. Ideally, he stopped on the side of the road, drank beer, and then got back in his car and drove away.
He said, "Hey, bro."
Yeah, exactly. You can do that. I just realized in my head, I never thought of that. Because in my mind, whenever I drink, I don't drink in moderation. It's always I don't. It's called binge drinking. I don't. I don't have just like one drink.
Right.
I drink with the intent to be like I'm having 6 drinks.
I see.
Which I just thought was funny. I'm like, that's an idea. That's a thing you can do. And then I realized that's what dads do all the time. When you're a kid, that's what your dad's doing. And I had no idea. I never noticed it.
Did your dad have one beer?
My dad would have one beer. Sometimes he'd put it in a brown bag and drive in his car. That was shortly after we got divorced. Well, we got divorced? He got divorced.
No.
That'd be weird.
I don't know if I've ever seen my dad have one beer.
Well, that's because Ron is a champion among
multiple beers. But
Ron lives his life.
But that's why I think they drink Bud Light. Like, that's why. And I totally get it now.
Because it's light.
Yeah, and you can have 12 instead of 3 or whatever. You know, like you'll be fine.
Can I mention my
12,
favorite my favorite running joke among your parents' Facebook page?
Sure.
It's whenever your mother clearly comments on a picture of me complimenting how I look, I just always go, thanks, Ron. It's my favorite thing to do.
It is fun. You can very obviously tell which one is
it's usually always your mother, because I don't think Ron ever comments on anything.
He does. It's always the dumb, sarcastic, sassy ones.
Yeah,
It's never anything like, you look good. That's Mom, for sure.
That's Pam, but I just like to be like, thanks, Ron. I think it's funny. It's
Adam, my friend Adam posted a picture of Beyonce when she announced her pregnancy, and my dad was like, I don't even know who that is. You don't have to say anything. Like, God. But
Dad's on Facebook. Some of my favorite things.
Dad's on Facebook.
Dad's on Facebook. So just to sum it up real quick.
Makes you reevaluate your life a little bit. Every
does.
time I'm hungover, I'm like, I gotta fucking change something.
It can cause improvement. It's a you day. We already mentioned that.
Right.
You said one more thing.
Pot.
You could learn to smoke marijuana. You know your limits.
Smoke pot?
That's another thing.
Oh, yeah. Knowing your limits.
I feel like we did a good job spinning that, though.
Yeah, that was good. I think so. If you're hungover right now, catch up on some PCasts.
You know what a great thing to do is listen to a podcast, specifically the Hug Life one.
Yeah. Listen to a bunch of Hug Life. It'll make you feel better. The number one hangover cure. Listening to the Hug Life podcast.
Senseless plugs.
Yes.
All right.
Senseless. There's lots of sense. Anyway, so I do feel like that every time I have a hangover. I'm like, I might die. I might die right now.
Have you ever had a hangover with another person?
Oh, yeah.
That's something I forget about. You know, like not necessarily a significant other, but like you're all friends and you're all hungover. That's actually a really funny
it's like
experience.
That slow turn when you're like, we should get McDonald's, and the other person's like, yeah, we should definitely get McDonald's. For me, you can tell they're feeling the same.
Because for me, it's always a situation where it's like all of us like spending time, like we're at a friend's, you know, at one of our, like we're all visiting our buddy somewhere, like in Florida, for example, visiting Pat, and we all drink the night before, so we all wake up in this living room and we're all like, we need to go get food immediately.
Yeah, we used to, I mean, that reminds me of like either high school or like coming home from college and hanging out with friends again.
Oh yeah,
it was great.
It's fun. But
great, yeah, I don't know.
Are you ready for it?
Why do you have snow pants on? God, my friends were fucking weird, but
ready for the next segment?
Yeah.
Top 5 turnaround.
Are you ready? I need a little bit of the background info on this, which is why I looked it back up. Okay. This is the top 5 worst hangover cures.
All right, I gotta say why they'd be a good thing?
Yep, these do not work, but they're like, you've heard that they work.
Okay.
So you're maybe why you would do it anyways.
Okay, so rules I can't say it's a placebo because that's exactly what they are. So I can't use that as an excuse.
Yes. These are all mostly different than each other, so I feel like you could probably...
I think I'm going to do great.
Okay, number 1. Some of these I hadn't heard of, so I thought maybe we were learning something.
I like to learn about things I shouldn't do.
Yeah, right. This is a popular Polish remedy.
Polish remedy?
It's and they choose this specifically because it's got a high concentration of sodium. They're drinking pickle juice.
Pickle juice.
Yeah.
Why this would be a good thing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I feel like pickle juice is often wasted in a jar of pickles. So at least you're using something that you would never normally use.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Also,
It's recycling.
pickle juice is a key component in the drink pickleback. So maybe you had
pickle juice.
Yeah, well, you would drink whiskey and then have a shot of pickle juice afterward.
Yeah, that's a pickleback.
So maybe you were... Yeah, that's what I was saying.
No, I know. You said it was a drink.
Oh, I said it's a key ingredient in the drink pickleback.
Yeah, okay.
But
just keep going.
But you're throwing off my game
Sorry.
here.
Pickle juice just is its own thing.
But let's say you have a party where you have picklebacks and you have a bunch of pickle juice extra, then hey, you got the drinking tool and the hangover cure in the same space.
There you
Might
go.
as well not
Look
let
at
it go to
that.
waste.
I feel like I like the taste of pickle juice, so that would be fine in its
I don't. I've had a couple of picklebacks in my life, and I was like, that's good.
It's effective though. You don't taste the whiskey.
You don't taste the whiskey.
Yeah.
I think it's better for like alcohol. I don't like the taste of though. Like tequila, for example. I'd rather do a pickleback with tequila.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like shots.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready. 2.
This is weird too, but licking sweat.
Licking sweat?
Yeah, so it claims that it was a Native American hangover remedy, which involved exercising and then licking up your sweat and then spitting it out.
Okay. This is why it's a good thing. No one likes a sweaty person.
You're like, I got that for
And you're like, I got to cover this up. So let's say you go to a gym and this guy's like, oh man, I'm so sweaty. You're like, hey dude, I'm hungover and I got you covered. And then you lick a dude.
And then you look at dude.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay.
You're helping out someone else.
You're helping a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Is that acceptable?
Teamwork.
That might be one of the biggest stretches I've ever done. All right.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Number 3.
Okay. Though apparently it was practiced by cowboys.
All right. That can never be gross. All right.
It was tea.
Tea.
Made from rabbit poop. Rabbit dung tea. Because it's 2.5% nitrogen and 1.4% phosphoric acid. And then 0.6% potassium, which we've mentioned potassium is good for absorbing hydration.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It sounds to me just like another reason to keep a cute bunny around at all times. Because you're like, oh, this bunny's here, but he just always is shitting. I don't know what to do with his poop. Hey, I got an idea. Make some poop tea.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Fluffy's poop tea.
You're like, why do you have rabbits around? He's like, what if I'm hungover?
What if I'm hungover?
Rabbit
I need
shit tea?
yeah. And then also, if you don't need a rabbit shit tea, hey, you got an adorable bunny near you now. You can just pet it and hold it and stuff and talk to it.
Oh yeah, you could talk to it. You just need a friend.
Yeah, you got a friend now. It's a bunny, and it also helps you when you're hungover with his magical poop.
Magical poop teas.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like you got to name them. You got to name your bunnies like Earl Grey and chamomile, stuff like that.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the whole drinking shit part. But
I mean, that's the part that we're not gonna. But I'm trying to make it
right. Yeah. No, you're doing a
rosy.
good job. I like the idea of naming your bunny. Earl Grey is a good.
Earl Grey is a good name
It's
for a
good
bunny.
name. Okay. 4. More booze. It says this is just gonna make your hangover twice as bad at the end of the day.
But why is it good right now? Because it's more booze. It's fun. You're just like keeping.
Who likes the end of a party?
Also,
No
yeah.
one.
Also, if you start drinking more, your friends always think you're a badass. It doesn't mean necessarily you're right, but your friends are like, "Oh man, look how much
Is that
fun
what they
and cool
think?
Mike is."
Because you're drunk again. That's what you think they're saying. But they're like, I think Mike has a problem.
Mm-hmm. But they're like, "Look how fun and cool Mike is right now,
I
though."
see.
Hey,
It's true.
he's so fun and cool. Because he's dealing
Okay.
with his hangover by doing more of the thing that made him have a hangover. What a brave, courageous, strong person.
Yeah.
It's good.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sicilian men.
Sicilian man.
Yep. So it's Italian.
Mm-hmm. That
Mhm.
might be me. I don't know where from because my daddy forgot.
Your dad forgot.
Did I tell you that?
No.
My dad learned where my Italian heritage is from my grandparents, and then he abruptly forgot it and doesn't remember where we're from. And my grandparents
I feel
went
like
on.
Sicilian is pretty like technically it's different. Like it's a different nationality, so you might remember that.
My grandparents went to the town we originated from and everything, and my dad doesn't remember any of it.
We're from Parma, which is northern Italy.
Sounds like reminds me of cheese. I'm into it.
It is true. It's where Parmesan's from. Okay. Sicilian men apparently once believed a dried bull penis was a quick way to beat any hangover. Yet another cure on this list that really appeared blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter.
You know what's the cool thing about a dry bull penis? Is if you're the guy who knows it doesn't work, but you just tell all your friends that anyway, and you watch them eat a dried bull penis.
It's true. There is probably one guy that was like, "Yeah, that'll probably help."
Yeah, he's just playing along with it because you're like, "This is a good hangover cure" because it tricks your friends into eating a dry bull penis.
One time we were in this McDonald's in Portland when we were playing there, so it's like my whole team, and there was a cup that was just left on the table by whoever was there before us. And like you're together all the time, we're friends. We all try to fuck around with each other. And one of my teammates was like, "Oh, hey Carly, is this yours?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's mine." And so she just drinks out of some random cup. It was like orange soda that had been sitting there that like had stuff in it.
Gross.
And she was like, "Oh, that wasn't yours, was it?" We were like, "No." So we started dying.
It's so gross.
Same thing, you know what I mean? Bull penis, orange soda.
Orange soda.
Same thing.
My question is, when they say dry bull penis, that means it's like been hanging up to dry off.
Yeah, there's some dude's job to just dry out bull penises.
I'm the bull penis hanger.
The bull peni.
I'm the phallus hanger.
Ooh.
That's interesting. But yeah, so you mess with it, dude.
My penis
Your friends.
palace.
Can you say it again?
Come to my penis palace.
It's the way you said it. The first time where you're like,
because I had
thinking
already
about it,
started
and
to
you're just
question
like,
it.
You didn't want to.
Yeah, I was like,
that was fun.
No.
You just didn't want to say it.
Come to my penis palace.
Come to my penis palace. Make it sound like a chant.
Okay, all
A
right,
fun
right
song.
Man.
You know what the hard part about when you do these quotes? Hey, when you do these quotes on when it's just the two of us,
Yeah.
is if it's a really dumb thing, everyone just assumes it's me.
Yeah, but it's usually me, which is like, which
everyone
is
just
silly.
thinks
But
it's me.
I like that. Then you don't know who it is, so you got to listen. You got to know
it's a
which
little
one
mystery.
of us ding dong said it,
You make a little bit
or
of
what
mystery in there.
combination of things happen. You know, like sometimes it's like you said something and I responded, or something like that.
Like the whole presidential thing,
Well,
pregnancy thing.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't on the podcast though.
That
was
is us talking.
Yeah,
That's what we do. We talk.
he said it was the end of Trump's pregnancy. And I said, if he was pregnant, that would
Make a lot more sense.
make a lot more
Yeah.
sense. And then we listed off why that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do here.
Yeah, just here to save the world.
That's what we do here in the penis palace.
The penis palace.
If you are living,
come to my penis palace.
Oh, hey, you want to come to my penis
Hey, what are you
palace?
guys doing there? Do you want to come over to my penis palace?
If you are living in a house with 4 or more dudes, you have to call it the penis palace
Yes.
legally.
Oh, yeah.
You
for the
legally have to call it
rest
the
of my
penis
life.
palace. How are
you
things
guys
going here?
you want me to meet you over there? You want to come over here to the penis
What are
palace?
you guys doing in the
To the
penis palace?
sausage factory.
The phallus fortress.
Ooh, that's good.
Mm.
All right. What else do you call wieners?
I was thinking dick.
Oh, it's a
dick.
wiener wonderland.
You're in the Wiener Wonderland.
Walking in a wiener wonderland.
Sleigh bells ring. I hope those are actually bells. Because they're people's balls.
Sleigh bells ring.
Remember that they write names for dude apartments.
Penis palace.
I think that was good though, Monica. That was fun.
Yeah, I had a good time.
That was a very good top 5 turnaround. You're really good at selecting those. and
Thank you
doing
very
them.
much.
You're welcome.
That one was fun to read.
Are you ready to do the quiz?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait.
I'm doing it on mine. It's like you're a
Yay.
guest on your own podcast.
I like it.
The quiz today is what British food is most like your personality?
My socks are dirty.
I can tell. I can see. You know why? It's because we live in a very polluted area.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Just this area of the country in general. If you had to eat your way out of a room made of breakfast.
Fuck. I thought you were just asking that.
No, if you had to
Did
eat
you
your
make
way,
this quiz?
No, I wish. What kind of British food would you, if you had to eat your way out of a room made of breakfast, what kind of breakfast would you choose? Buttered toast. I'm giving up on the accent. Avocado toast.
Ooh.
Scrambled eggs. A smoothie. Muesli, which looks like a yogurt parfait with granola kind of thing. Sausages. hash browns, pancakes, or just bacon? What are you thinking, girl? If you had to eat your way out of a room with breakfast food, what would it be?
There was one in the beginning that I wanted.
Avocado toast?
Yep.
Is that what you liked?
Yes.
I figured that was you.
You knew it.
I'm going to pick pancakes.
Okay.
I like pancakes a lot. I don't have them that often.
I like pancakes too.
You know who's found himself loving pancakes more later in life?
You.
My father.
Oh.
Frank
So you
Coletta
probably
Jr.
too.
He's really into them.
I make pancakes on Christmas.
I know you do, and you never made them for me. You never even sent me a
You're not
to-go
invited over
container.
on Christmas.
You invited me last year
That's true.
if I had nowhere else to go.
I always invite people that don't have anywhere else to go. You can come, have a fun Christmas
Mm-hmm.
in Nevi land.
Nevi, penis land. Which of the following stresses you out
This
the
quiz.
most?
Oh, you.
How dare you?
I'm
I
kidding.
shouldn't have said it so slow. Which of the following stresses you out the most? Deadlines, people being mad at you, money problems, being late for things, getting lost, being lonely, work, comparing yourself to others, or the end of the world.
Even though
Are you all right there? You got sleepy
Sorry.
time. You got a big day tomorrow driving.
I know.
You better be okay.
I'm okay.
All right.
Even though all those things seem a little bit stressful, I will say the thing that makes me the most anxious is being late.
Being late. That's a good one.
I hate being
I
late
hate
for
being
something.
late,
It freaks
too.
me out.
To really analyze this for me, I think getting lost, people being mad at you, and comparing yourself to others angers me the most.
Okay.
But I think
Wait,
I'm good.
it stresses you out or angers?
Oh, stresses you out the most.
Okay.
I think I'm going to choose comparing yourself to others because I know when I do it, I shouldn't be doing it, and that stresses
So
me
then
out.
you're like overanalyzing
And that
the
stresses
whole
me
thing.
out. Yeah, which
Got
is
it.
dumb. So,
Yeah.
in your opinion, what's the most annoying
That's
thing
okay.
millennials do?
Oh.
And as millennials, I feel like we have the right to do this because it's our word. We can
Yeah.
vote for it. Stare at their phones too much, take pictures of their food, go to terrible festivals, complain about everything, wear ridiculous clothes, have high expectations but not do any work, speak poorly, flake out of plans, or the word millennial is more annoying than any of these things. Very close to pick the last one. I want to
I
know,
don't know. Flaking is.
do you think people our
Tough
generations flake out a lot?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a real net. For a long time, I thought maybe it was just me and I had a weird like social anxiety thing, but other people do it all the time too.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a couple other things on there that I.
Can I tell you
What is
when
it?
I
Complain
first,
about stuff but don't do any work. Is that?
Yeah, complain about have high expectations but
That
not do any
one.
work.
That one.
That thing is it stress you out? What's the most annoying thing?
That's really annoying to me. I just
Yeah.
feel like we spend a lot of time complaining and not doing anything about
That's
it.
true.
It's not even really just millennials right now, but
It's everybody. I
yeah,
think that's a
but
problem that everyone has.
it is frustrating. I'm more of the going quietly into everything and then actually
Mhm.
let's do some shit
I'm gonna pick.
silently.
I'm
on
gonna
your
pick
own.
stare at their phones too much.
Okay.
Even though I really want to pick the word millennial is annoying.
Why
to me.
not do that one?
I feel like the phones thing is just.
Be true to yourself. What's most annoying?
All right, I'm gonna say the word millennial
Oh,
because
is
it
it?
does bother the shit out of me.
Okay.
Look at your emoji keyboard and what did you use most recently? And here are your options. You have the heart smiley,
Well, I
the
gotta
poop,
look.
the poop, the happy, the cry face, the sad like laughing cry face, the flame, the skull, the straight face smiley, the blue heart. Is that blue or purple? I can't tell. Eyeballs or the blushy happy face.
Blushy happy face is the second on my
Okay.
second most used.
I'm gonna use the smiling heart eyes thing.
How do you know you didn't look at your
Well,
phone?
I've used that recently. I can remember. It used to be the shit one, but I stopped using that because I overused it too much. What's the king of fruits, Monica? Apples. Or actually, no, I'll read it as it says. The noble apple.
Oh.
The underrated grape. The unknowable orange. The grapefruit bitter and fierce. The sluttish strawberry.
Sluttish?
Yeah. The regal banana. The sensuous pear. The fickle raspberry. Or the beauteous mango.
Why are strawberries sluttish?
I don't know. Is it because
Does that
it's
mean
like you dip them in
slut-ish?
stuff and you
Like-
feed them to people like they look like
But
it's
wouldn't that be-
associated
that
with
seems more
sex?
sensual or sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't slut shame
Strawberries?
strawberries
Or chicken. That's my
or
joke.
chicken. Raspberries are my faves.
You think raspberries are the most noble?
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I think they're a little bit underrated, and
I picked apples the first time I did this, but I love some grapes. I never eat grapes, and I love them.
See, I have a weird conflict with grapes because I don't like grape juice and I don't like grape flavored things, but I like white grapes.
White grapes are good.
Yeah, delicious.
Just to have like in a bowl, a little snacky snack?
Yeah.
Solid.
But raspberries are still my favorite.
Okay, look around you. Look all around you. What do you see? A bunch of people you don't know. A total mess. My buddies. Just a wall. A nice window. A gross street. My partner. A cat, or like all of these things. And we can pick what you want to see because we would both technically see the same thing if that's the case.
Okay, well, I mean, there's a few of those things on here, but...
What do you want to choose? A bunch of people I don't know, a total mess, my buddies, just a wall, a nice window, a gross street, my partner, a cat, like all of these things.
I feel like I see a nice window.
Nice window, all right.
On the other side of the nice window is a dirty street, but that's okay.
That's true. I'm going to pick a cat because we talked about the crazy-ass cat out there.
Oh, yeah, parking lot cat.
Parking lot cat. Lot cat.
Dirty
we should
cat.
give the lot cat a name. At some
Dirty
point.
lot cat.
Oh, what is that dirty lot cat?
Esmeralda.
If you could only... I like that as the name for the cat. If you could only choose one type of cheese for the rest of your life, what would it
scenario
be?
would this ever happen?
This is a terrible scenario. What cheese would you use if you could only have one for the rest of your life? What would you choose? Your options are cheddar, Swiss, halloumi, which is like on a grill. I've never heard of that before. Parmesan, camembert. Camembert.
Yeah.
Mozzarella, blue cheese, goat's cheese, or none of the above.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella. I'm getting really Italian on it. I think I'm going to pick... See, I've been torn between cheddar and Parmesan.
You don't want camembert?
I don't think I've ever had camembert. No, I've had camembert before,
it's
actually.
A pretty
you spread it
strong.
Yeah, it's very strong. I think I'm going to go Parmesan because I love it on pasta so much.
Shaky.
Mm-hmm.
Are we done?
We are done. And I'll tell you what I got first. My British dish is fish and chips.
Ooh.
Boop, 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 do. You, dear Rita, are good old-fashioned fish and chips. People are happy to see you whenever you turn up, and true friends crave your company when you're not there. There are a few sides to your personality, and you're just as comfortable having a low-key hangout just chilling with your friends as you are going out for a night on the town. Just make sure you're not too much of a flake. Bless you and your delicious soul. Do you think that's accurate?
Yeah.
That's good. You got...
What did I get?
Yorkshire pudding.
Ooh.
Yorkshire. You, darling, are a gem of a person. That's because you are actually deep down in your soul a Yorkshire pudding, the king of foods.
Oh, wow.
You contain within you all that is good in the world, gravy in parentheses, and nobody can get enough of you. You are one of a kind. Children look up to you. They want to be just like you because you're a Yorkshire pudding and wonderful.
Oh.
Have you had Yorkshire pudding before? It's pretty tasty. It's kind of like an entree bread with gravy inside. It's served hot. It's pretty tasty. I know you don't like gravy, but I think you would enjoy it. It's like a dinner roll kind of thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I do love dinner rolls.
You're a big fan?
Yeah.
That's good.
Big dinner roll fan.
Big old dinner roll fan,
Big
Monica
old
Nevi.
fan of dinner rolls. Dinner rolling.
Oh, we're at 57 minutes.
Holy shit.
Do we have time to do the live spin?
I think we could do it pretty quick.
Okay, let's do live spin
Ready?
real quick. Yeah.
This is from Amy.
Amy.
Yes.
Hi, Amy.
This is, well, I guess this is kind of maybe tough, but husband.
Husband.
He's been married for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's smoking a lot of pot. Too much
The husband's
pot.
smoking too much reefer?
Yep. She asked him to do some chores. It took him a really long time.
Oh, no.
She doesn't know, like, she was thinking maybe she should give him, like, not an ultimatum, but, you know, like a warning,
yeah.
I guess. Like, you got to stop doing this or my vagina's going to close up. I don't know what happens.
Dude, you could do a sex strike. That was happening in a famous Greek play.
Do you think that works?
It would work. I mean, it worked in the Greek farce I read.
But do you think she has to say, like, you can't smoke pot at all anymore, or you have to just, like, cut back?
I think what you should do is you should be like, hey, in the morning, on the weekend, let's do all those chores, okay?
Oh.
Do all those chores together.
Then let's get stoned together.
And then we get yeah, you took it where I was going. That's exactly right.
Oh, make it
You got to pick a day.
Make it a fun couples thing.
Yeah, make it a couples thing because it's better when you do it together anyway.
Smoke pot Saturdays.
Smoking Saturdays.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that's how you do it. I think we nailed it already.
That's great. That's a good.
Hey, Amy,
good job.
You're great.
Amy, you're gonna be okay.
You're gonna be okay. You might even be really high.
Yeah.
Amy, if you're high while
This is
listening
what
to
you
this,
do. You get up early on Saturday. You do the chores. You smoke pot. You turn on this podcast. Then you guys have a fun time.
You don't even have to. You don't even have to wake up early. You could do it at like 10.
That's true.
You know,
That
you could
is
just do them at 10. Because if you're working together, you could probably get them done
Yeah,
quick.
that's what I mean. Just do them first. But but if you're gonna have a pot day together, you kind of want that to start as soon as possible, right? You're excited. So the earlier you get up, the sooner you get to smoke pot. But
we don't have a lot of time. But you brought up something really quickly that I wanted to address. You said they could get up together, and I thought you were going to say bone and listen to the podcast. Do you think anyone's had sex to our podcast before?
You know, I really hope so. But I don't know how sexy this is.
That's true. I mean, I like to consider my voice very sexy.
I would like to think that they just put the intro on repeat, just the part when we're like, "You're great, you're great, you're great, you're great." You know, we just talk through it.
I like to think my voice is like smooth jazz.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
People seem to like when I do meditations, but I still hate my own voice.
I think your voice is. I like your voice.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's okay.
It sounds better now than when I listen to it later.
You know what you can do though? If you do have sex with this podcast, you can email us at huglifepodcast@gmail.com. Or
Send
you
us
could
a
like
video.
You could like. You really went for it. All right. If someone sent us a sex
kidding.
tape, I would actually
With this playing in the background,
I would actually be very flattered.
I would be
so flattered.
super excited.
I wouldn't share it with anyone. I would be so flattered. Oh man, you have
I would
no
just
idea.
keep it inside so that anytime I felt bad or somebody was like, "Hey, you didn't do very good," I'd be like, "Yeah, but someone sent us a sex tape listening to our podcast."
To our podcast.
Everybody's like, "We have this many listeners and downloads and blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, someone banged."
We
our
have a
podcast.
certified sex tape to our podcast.
So don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Just real quick too, if you're while you're having sex, you could also rate, review, and subscribe to the
You
podcast
could
on
do that.
iTunes.
Yes, you
And
could.
not to mention the fact you check out MonicaNevi.com, click on the See Me Live tab, and see where her live dates are. You can check me out at ColettaComedy.com and see where my dates are.
Yeah,
and you can
follow
also
us
go
on the social meds.
Me Coletta at Monica Nevi.
Yep,
On Instagram, it's at Monica Nevi.
all of it.
Facebook, you can find her at Monica Nevi.
Snapchat.
Snapchat, you can find her at Nevi Monica.
No, don't mess them up.
Oh, it doesn't change?
No,
Is
never
Monica
changes.
Nevi still? Okay.
Yep.
You can also go to our Amazon banner.
Yes, huglifepodcast.com. Click on that Amazon banner. Buy maybe a stand for your phone so that you can film yourself having sex
That's good. Yeah, there you go.
to the podcast.
Film yourself having sex with the podcast. So you're just masturbating to the podcast.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. You
Oh, yeah.
want to hold it.
No,
That'd
you
be
wouldn't.
weird, right?
That's never a good porno. Don't
Well.
hold your camera. Get a stand, you guys. have some
Anyways.
respect for yourselves. Or get a third party
or
cameraman.
you could buy something nice, like a flower pot or something.
Oh, yeah. I got a pot for, what's his face? Percy over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Get that on Mamazon.
Anyway, Monica, do you have a charity?
Yes.
All right.
This week is going to be Kid Save, which is they help kids in in orphanages or in adoption programs, right, that are older.
Okay.
They help them get out of foster care and into a permanent living situation, because we've all heard the stories about the older kids not being whatever. They don't get picked as often.
Yeah.
So kidsave.org, they work for those older kids, trying to get them out of that foster care system, and then that makes room, unfortunately, for all the other kids that are going to be in there. But at least let's get some permanent homes going, you guys. Let's
Very
get some
good.
permanent homes going.
Good charity, Monica. Great episode.
Thank
Good job.
you very much. I think we did great, and no hangovers here.
No hangovers here.
But if you do have a hangover, you're going to be okay.
You're going to listen to our podcast and feel better.
Just come over to the Penis Palace.
Bye-bye.